Come and have adventures with Doby. This is the first adventure with Doby. Raymond and Danny lived in a small town where they spent their days playing with the other boys. When they weren't playing with their trucks and cars, they were playing hide and seek. Their favorite friend to play with was their new friend, Doby. You might think that Doby is a geeky name, but don't let that fool you, because he was more fun than a whole day at Canada's Wonderland, where you can ride the roller coaster, go up on the Ferris wheel, get dizzy on the spinner of death, and all those great rides. You might think nothing could beat that. I am telling you, though, Raymond and Danny wouldn't agree with you. Doby took them to strange places where they had great adventures, places so wonderful that if they told their friends, they would not believe them. So they just didn't tell. Doby was their friend and their secret. They tried to tell their parents one day, but Mom and Dad just said, "That's really nice, boys, but don't let your imagination run away with you." You see, their parents thought that Doby was an imaginary friend, so the boys didn't talk about him, but they didn't stop playing with him. It is hard to explain to adults that dragons are real. Yes, Doby is a dragon. He can breathe fire, fly through the air, and do such wonderful things that were lots of fun. Here is the story of how the boys meet Doby. It all started one night when the boys were having a camp out in the backyard. They had all the supplies they needed and flashlights, but Mom and Dad said no fire, not even a little one. The boys were disappointed because they had brought marshmallows and it would have been so nice to roast them over a real nice little fire. They decided just to pretend they had a fire and got sticks and put the marshmallows on and held them over their pretend fire. They ate a few cold marshmallows and then they sighed and put the sticks away. But something really strange happened. They smelled hot, roasting marshmallows. They looked at their sticks, and sure enough, the marshmallows were toasted, just the way they liked them. They were kind of scared, but they ate them anyway. They did it again, and sure enough, it happened again. Now they were getting really scared, so they reached for the flashlight and were ready to run for the back door. That is when they heard a sneeze. Not a big sneeze, just a chew type sneeze. Now they wanted to see what was sneezing. They looked into the hedge and saw two really big eyes looking back at them. The eyes were attached to something big, and it started talking. The voice said, "Hello, would you mind if I came out of here and played with you for a little while? I'm so lonely." Well, the boys, being friendly and really curious, said, "Sure, you can camp out with us." The boys stepped back with a big, wide open eyes. They watched as a huge head, then a long neck, two arms and a chest, wings, two legs, and then a really long tail came out of the hedge. The body shook itself and the voice said, "Thanks a lot. I am so lonely, and it was rather cramped in the hedge. Did you like the marshmallows? I love to toast them, but Mom says it's dangerous, so I don't do it very often. This is the first time I have ever done it when Mom or Dad wasn't around. I promised I wouldn't do it again if you say that I can stay and play." Now, you may very well wonder what the two boys were doing while their new friend was talking. Well, they were standing there with great big eyes and their mouths open, as if they were waiting for a marshmallow to be popped in. You see, dragons are not common everyday visitors. In fact, the boys had never seen a truly real live dragon before. They weren't even sure if they were seeing one now. He was a beautiful color, blue and purple kind of mixed together, with great big green eyes that sort of glowed as he was talking. Raymond, being the oldest, finally found his tongue and said, Come over and sit down and we can get to know each other." Danny smiled and agreed with this plan. So they all moved over to the tent and sat down. Danny, who always liked the idea of flying, asked if the wings were used to fly or if they were just there. Doby said, "Oh, I can fly ever so high and so far away, but it's no fun flying by myself, and my friends don't like just flying. They like to fly to the lake to swim or to the mountains to have snowball fights, but I want to go places and have adventures. That is how I came to be in your hedge tonight. I wanted to meet you and have some fun and adventures with you." The boys were excited about the adventures, but it was getting late and they should be in bed. Then Doby said, "I will fly just a little ways so you can see how much fun flying is. If you climb on my back and hold on, I will take you to see what your town looks like from above." The boys did, and Doby took them up and over the town. They saw the park and the school and all the stores and houses. They came back to the tent and Doby said, "I have to go home now, but I will come back really soon and we can go farther next time." The new friends each said good night and separated. The next thing Raymond and Danny heard was their mom saying, "Good morning, campers, breakfast is ready." Danny looked at Raymond and Raymond looked at Danny. They both smiled and said, "Be right in, Mom, and thanks for letting us sleep out here. It sure was fun." They were both thinking about the next visit from Doby. I would be too, I think. The end.